coming to get you, Barbara.
Oh, the devil. The devil.
The power of the dark side.
Hey guys, welcome to Flix and Comix. JoJo here. So I finally got to see the New Mutants after, like 2-3 years since the first trailer? I don't even know anymore. It's been so long, guys. My goodness, but I do remember being super pumped when I saw that first trailer. I loved the horror vibe that I was getting from it. And it was just sad that, we kept seeing delay after delay with this movie. Even before the whole pandemic, they were just struggling in production and post-production, I think. But finally, the day came, guys, and the pandemic wasn't gonna stop me. I was like, you know what? We gotta find our local drive-in and support and be COVID free at the same time, right? Like, it's nice, actually. So yeah, go check out your local drive-in. It's a great experience. It's definitely different. And, it reminds me of childhood, honestly. But yeah, it's really fun. And it's a great alternative if you don't want to be going into your local theater. Anyways, guys, let's get into this movie review for The New Mutants. Right off the bat, I can tell you that this movie was a lot different than your other X-Men movies or even your other Marvel movies. And for that, I really like that it had its own identity. I do like that they tried to put a horror spin on it. I don't think they accomplished that as much as I would like them to have, but I appreciate them experimenting with that genre, definitely. Because, usually we don't see horror in these movies. So yeah, it's kind of refreshing to have seen the darker tones in this. This movie is definitely geared more towards a YA audience. I mean, considering that it is more of a coming of age type of story for all the characters in the group. I think they accomplished that pretty well. I would say that the main flaw with it was development of certain characters, but I don't think it was the actors' fault. They had pretty good chemistry, it felt. I just think that as viewers, we didn't care so much about certain characters over others. There wasn't enough time to fully develop each one. We ended up caring a lot for Rain and Moonstar, but when it came to the others, it just felt like their backstory and exposition was a little shortchanged. Some of the cuts between some visions they were having and reality just felt patchy, and it felt like they were trying to find places to put certain scenes. It didn't feel as fluid as it should be. And yeah, I think that what they were trying to do with this group in an hour and a half was pretty ambitious for that runtime. In terms of the story, it's pretty by the numbers. You kind of know what's going to happen already. There was just nothing really surprising. It felt kind of generic, but it was still a fun movie overall. I wouldn't knock this movie too hard. I think that it's good for, somebody of that age, like a high schooler or preteen would really enjoy this, I think. And I personally probably wouldn't watch it again, but I do think that maybe instead of doing a sequel, they should make this a show. I think it would play really well in a serial format for sure, especially because they have a lot more time to, play with these characters in that way. So if you see this movie as like a treatment for a show, then that changes everything, right? Like, that sounds really cool, and they definitely have grounds to do that, I think. I think the main standout for me was Ileana Rasputin, and seeing her on the big screen finally. That was freaking awesome, and I do think that Anya Taylor-Joy did a great job with her. There was one part, I can't get into it. I can't get into spoilers. Dang it. Special effects weren't too bad. There were a couple of rough parts that I saw, but nothing crazy. It was still looked pretty good. I really can't remember the soundtrack for the life of me right now, so I don't think it was that great if I don't remember it. But yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe I was just too enthralled with the movie. Who knows? But yeah, there were some interesting questions that I had towards the end of it regarding Dr. Reyes, but I don't want to get into it because that's spoilers as well. But maybe for another time, we'll do some spoiler talk. But for now, that's all I got for you guys. Without spoilers, it's a short video. Anyways, if you like this video, give me a like or subscribe or both. I don't hate it. You can catch me on Twitter and on Instagram at Flix and Comix, and I guess I'll catch you all over there. Later.